Hi, Yadikaro here. Before we start, I want to let you know about upcoming workshop opportunities with me coming up in May. This will be online with a full hour of me sharing information you have been asking for and answering your questions. Each workshop, a different topic. Go to hardcoresoftskillspodcast.com/courses and click on workshops to register. Spaces are limited. Now, onto the episode. Do most of your presentations feel like death by PowerPoint or turn into demos that get a bit too technical? Does speaking in public gives you an absolute fear you are almost paralyzed? Do you feel the audience does not care or pay attention when you do a product demo or talk about your project? Today, you will learn the key simple elements to make a presentation truly engaging. Let's listen. Hi, and welcome to the Hardcore Soft Skills Podcast. My name is Yari Caro, and I am an organizational psychology practitioner and team coach. And in each episode, you will learn how to apply a new skill because soft skills make hard skills work. One of the skills we most practice as team members and managers is giving presentations because we give them all the time, regardless of our job title. On any given day, you have to describe what you've completed to a customer, you have to present to talk about project status, or during a meeting when you share why your idea is the right one for this task. Presenting and connecting with the audience become especially critical to learn if you are an expert on a topic. This is what authors Chip and Dan Heath call the curse of knowledge in their book Made to Stick: Why Some Ideas Survive and Others Die. The better people get at generating great ideas in their field of expertise, the more unnatural it becomes for them to communicate those ideas clearly in a way that the audience will understand. In this podcast, I have interviewed many experts in communications, and in this episode, I want to share 5 steps to do a great presentation. I have also discussed this topic in my courses, and you can check those out via hardcoresoftskillspodcast.com/courses. The 5 key points are: focus on the why. 2, focus on the audience. 3, tell a story to bring emotion. 4, do not memorize and be brief. And 5, practice for brevity and clarity. Okay, so first, focus on the why. What is the purpose of the message? What questions are you answering? Focusing on the main idea you are trying to convey will help you filter out any unnecessary information which can confuse your recipient. And are you looking for feedback? Are you looking for people to buy into your idea? Defining the why will help us craft and tailor our message appropriately. The next step is to think about the audience. This is important because a key error we often incur in is that we are trying to showcase how much we know. Perhaps you are doing this without being aware. So we have to really think about this question. Is our goal to impress or to be understood? So think, for example, is the audience tech savvy or do they care about the results? Thinking of your audience will help you adapt your message accordingly and remove any words which may be difficult for a particular audience to comprehend. However, beware of oversimplification. Keep in mind that while the audience may not have your knowledge in a particular area, they have great expertise in their own area. So remain respectful by not simplifying too much and listen to their inputs and ideas. So, after considering the why and the audience, now it's time to craft your message. One of my professors at Harvard, Mimi Goss, taught us that at its core, a great presentation revolves around 3 essential factors: people, action, and drama or wit. Audiences want to connect with people, so make sure your presentation includes relatable characters, real life scenarios, and stories that involve some action. And when we talk about drama or wit, it doesn't necessarily mean to create a whole epic story, but to use some novelty and emotion to capture our listeners' attention. I learned from another guest of this podcast, Sam Horn, a technique that you can use in your presentation, which is adding a "did you know" statement. Did you know there is a way to save extra time in your data collection? Did you know that we can save time in your meetings if we follow this principle? Did you know that we can lose access to this tomorrow if we do not finish our training today? etc., etc. So this creates curiosity and evokes emotion. Emotion based storytelling is one of the most effective ways to connect. When you weave stories that evoke emotion, your presentation becomes something people not only remember, but also resonate with. Studies on presentation effectiveness reveal that the most engaging presentations are those that don't just overwhelm with data, but connect through storytelling. And remember that you need to focus on them, not you. Often we present and we tell the story that makes the most sense to us, but it may not be the information they need. The best way to sell an idea is to present it in a way that your audience will relate it to themselves. And as you craft your message, don't think about memorizing a speech. Consider a few key points you want to address. Do not try to cover too much. So I suggest no more than, let's say, three key points. Your audience will lose track, and as you add more key points, each loses importance. All right, so the fifth step is to practice the message. Practice alone at home, practice in front of an audience of two friends. Whichever way you choose, ensure you are not memorizing a speech, but simply talking and keeping the few key points in mind. Look at your audience, not your paper, not a screen, not looking down. By making eye contact with them, you'll also be able to assess their body language and receptiveness to your message, as well as increase their engagement. Be sure to take pauses as needed. This allows time for your audience to process your message. You can even allow them to ask questions throughout your presentation. And if you prefer to hold questions until the end, make sure they know when you'll answer any questions they have. So let's recap. The five key points are: focus on the why, two, focus on the audience, three, tell a story to bring emotion, four, focusing on three key points so we do not memorize, and number five, practice for brevity and clarity. What other advice would you add? Connect with me via my website or LinkedIn and sign up for my newsletter so we can keep in touch each week. Thank you for listening.